Way, and we're live, everyone. Welcome to Thursday, August 6th. Just about to double check, make sure pump is looking good. It's not. The microphone wasn't even on. See, now it should be good. That microphone on pump is good. We've got some eyeballs over here on Facebook, X, YouTube. Thank you for being here. We're just starting, just getting going. I'm doing a couple quick little checks of the microphone. Thanks all for being here so quickly. Not used to so many people. And we're not even like, it's only 8:07. Sometimes it could be even later than that. So we'll get started with the show here. It is Thursday, August 6th, 8:07 a.m. This is the Good Morning Matrix Show. I am BJ Hammerstein, Hammer 313 Media. Shadow the cat sleeping on a chair out in the living room as I've been working away on the pre-production of the show. We got G Unit 313, the Google Gemini AI that I do this my co-host, and I work on Proposal 26 with G Unit. That is a project. I don't have that queued up here. So we're just going to kind of get into the news, which is what we do at the Good Morning Matrix Show from 8 to 9. And I guess we'll start it. We'll look at Bitcoin here real fast. 64,566 or so. It's not exactly live. It was live just a few minutes ago, but if you follow along with the stream, if I do too many things with too many of these windows open, which all these different windows, that could crash the stream at any moment. So 64,566, so about 64,600 or so Bitcoin is at. And that's pretty good considering the cold card hack situation and all this other stuff that's happening. We have Michael Saylor queued up, Diary of a CEO interview coming. So we'll talk about that shortly. We're just going to go through real quickly. James O'Keefe, Michigan update. We were looking at this yesterday morning. James O'Keefe was in the Metro Detroit area for Michigan primary day, which was Tuesday. Today is Thursday. We played a video where he was trying to get the Bruce Mathers the third, which is Eminem's voting ballot, and it looked like they were going to give it to him, but that's when the video ended. So we're going to be tracking that still, but I don't believe that there's anything new regarding that stuff today. We're just kind of moving on. I reposted some donut. Oh, maybe I need to do this. This is dangerous. I'm going to make a dangerous move, but I think I have to update this page real fast just to see, because I do like a reposting here and there. So the X page is a good spot to find out like what's going to happen. My fears are coming true, but this always happens at the beginning of the stream. So hopefully just hang on for one more second here, and it looks like it's coming back to us. So hang tight, everyone, as my computer freezes up for a second. But this is typical. I've got, I'd be bummed if this crashed out right now. Let's just say that. I should have closed that, by the way. Okay, so here we are, right? We're back at it. All good. Come on. So here we are looking at our page. Perez Hilton, Fauci, Saylor, Al-Said, Michigan poop. We've got lots of views already here. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. Since there's so many people interested in what we're doing, please like and share. That would definitely help us out. So we're going to look at Isaac Weishaupt. I have queued up on the YouTube. Perez Hilton and Ariana Grande's alleged links to hidden symbolism and rituals to Baal. New episode of occult symbolism and pop culture now up everywhere. So Perez Hilton, let's go to that first. Before we continue on too much further, it's going to be a little Well, listen to this update. So yesterday morning, we were playing the Perez Hilton. We were scrolling through the X feed, and we came across Perez Hilton trending, and kind of stopped the coverage because I saw like what was blood or something horrible, maybe, and I didn't know what it was. And so I guess because we're doing this live, and we talk about Bitcoin, not financial advice. We'll talk about Dr. Fauci, not medical advice. Um, there is live scrolling going on, so we can't always say what we're going to see. This is done live. So just be prepared that, these aren't necessarily words, images, thoughts that I condone, but we're scrolling through everything and we're taking it in. And then we look at it with the supercomputer AIG Unit 313 and we try to make sense of it. Generally, we have fun and we play around in the AI crypto conspiracy world, but they're all meshing together these days. So, from Clear Patriot, this is the only Perez Hilton update that actually matters right now. His family just broke their silence, and what they said is going to stop a lot of the speculation dead in its tracks. I hope everyone respects their wishes. This will probably be my last post on it, but you all needed to hear this. Pray for Perez and his family. Listen to the full statement. And when I first got into Twitter many, many, many years ago, I was working for the Democrat communications team in Lansing, Michigan. When I launched my Twitter account um, in 2020, they killed my Twitter account. But way back then in Lansing, that's when I was introduced to Perez Hilton. I didn't know who this person was until Lansing, but that was like 2007, 2008, so long ago.
The only update about Perez Hilton that you need to listen to. This comes directly from his family and legal team. So what they're saying is many of you have reached out with concern for Perez, and we are incredibly grateful for the overwhelming outpouring of love, support, and prayers. We can confirm that Perez is receiving medical care, and our family's focus right now is on his well-being, as it should be. We kindly ask that you respect Perez's privacy as well as the privacy of his family during this difficult time. This will probably be the last update I do about Perez until his family releases another public statement, because we need to respect his privacy. I just thought it was important for people to see this update. And they go on to say if and when they're able to share any updates, they will do so. And I'm sure they're going to go forward and do what Perez feels comfortable with. If he wants to share, I'm sure they will. If he doesn't, they're going to respect his wishes, as I think everybody else should. And they go on at the bottom and say thank you for your support and all of the things. So everything you've seen online about Perez potentially leaving the planet, things of that nature, obviously are not true. As I said in my last post, I wish people would stop spreading these rumors. I feel like a random person will comment on a post because there's been the rumor that he lost his children, that he was no longer with us. Somebody will see a random comment from a troll on a post about
It's a good
Perez
points
and take it as a fact
that Clear
and then it
Patriot is
just
making.
spreads like wildfire. So, like I said in the beginning, this will probably be the last thing.
All right, so you can check out more on her account here, and G Unit and we talk about a lot of the news being visual snow, and so a lot of reaction maybe to this. I do have lots of interest in conspiracies and the occult and symbolism. And as I was saying yesterday during the live show, I didn't have to bartend last night and I don't have to bartend tonight. So I was able to kind of spend a little bit more time online looking at videos. And so Isaac Weishaupt, we're in the Perez Hilton piece of the show right now, I guess. And so this is Isaac's X page. And you should definitely follow and like. He's been doing breakdowns of the videos and writing books and all sorts of stuff in the arts and entertainment. I'm pretty jealous of this guy. This is probably what I want to do. Him and Donut both, and I have both of their stuff queued up. But I have a piece of his full-length video that I watched yesterday on Ariana Grande. I don't remember let's so it's Perez Hilton, Ariana Grande, and sacrifice rituals to Baal. And this is on his occult symbolism and pop culture with Isaac Weishaupt channel, which you should subscribe to and like. And you should definitely like my video, of course, today. But let's listen to this for a minute. And he gave a lot of warnings beforehand regarding self-harm, the violence, all sorts of Baal being, like devil worship type things. So this is heavy stuff at 8:17 a.m. Normally I like to talk about this with a smile and a joke if we are even going down this road, but this is in the news right now and it's constantly in the news. So let's listen to
I think that's like one of the most disgusting things you can do.
he's talking about selling.
Now, something curious. Just 2 days ago, Perez Hilton posted about little Ariola's Grande stepping out of the spotlight and wishing her the best. And he says, "I wish her the best as anyone else out there hurting." All right. And I do want to bring back like sensitivity towards Perez and what he's going through because the video is horrific. If it's real, right, which I assume it is, I don't actually believe that this is fake. But it's a possibility, right? Anything involving Hollywood or celebrities, like you gotta wonder. My thought, I lean more towards these people have been subjected to through something horrific, and when you get involved with the elites in Hollywood and all of these inner workings, I think there's something dark at the bottom of it all, and I think that's what Perez and Ariana are talking about right here. Okay, because little Ariana Grande, she's taking a break after her concert tour because apparently she's got an issue with all this public scrutiny and they're giving her beef about her weight and her relationships and she's acting weird. And she's been a focus of mine for many, many years. I've done many.
She's might be taking a break, but I think she has a movie with like Stiller and Robert De Niro coming out too. We'll listen to Isaac talk for another minute here.
Shows on her. I think she was in my second book in 2014, Sacrifice Magic Behind the Mic. I think, don't quote me on that. I've done multiple shows, a Substack, right? This goes all the way back to the blogging days of when I started all this, and up to and including the Wicked movie analysis and her recent.
He has done a crazy amount of work on this stuff, of course.
MK Ultra and memory erasure that I covered on my Substack.
That was really interesting.
And I'll try to put the links in the show notes if you're like, whoa, what do you got a Substack? I'm not too active on Substack, but it's there. In that Brighter Days Substack video, I talked about the director of that video, Christian Breslauer, I don't know. Which, oh, by the way, quick side housekeeping. My last video.
Okay, he's going on other things here. So you should watch this video in its entirety. Follow his work, which is great. I do have a shorter video, I think, on my X page right now. I want to thank everyone for being here. I know that I don't want to look at the numbers again because I'll get nervous, but I know that there were some people watching already early on, so thank you all for being here. Please like, subscribe, follow along. Been doing this for about 6 months. We're really what I'm talking about doing right now is just building the foundation of what the Good Morning Matrix show is and what Proposal 26, the project is. This is Donut, and I think this first minute of this video. Usually, let's move to Michigan poop for a second. Besides crypto and AI and the projects, we're in Michigan, and there's been the Canadian wildfires, and there's been the cyclosporiasis outbreak. Michigan case counts 12,218 deaths at 2. No additional information will be provided on the 2 cases. Cyclosporiasis is generally not a life-threatening illness. Death resulting from cyclosporiasis is uncommon in the United States. Last updated August 5th, 2026. I'm going into the Michigan poop talk real fast before we visit with Donut, because that's how I've been doing the show. Donut has been doing the poop Illuminati toilets coverage going back to at least the Super Bowl, when the Super Bowl symbology during the commercials featured a lot of toilets, and he had an experience where he had to write Illuminati toilet book, I guess. So Michigan cyclosporiasis is we're leading the nation here, and Donut was definitely talking about this right away. And we've had 2 deaths. And because it's Fauci Day, I think that a lot of the cyclosporiasis cases, it reminds me very much of COVID. And this is the Google headlines from earlier. CD expands cyclosporiasis outbreak to 15 states. Cases of diarrhea parasite reach new high, spread to 47 states. Cyclospora outbreak 2026 map. Foods to avoid, states most impacted. In a better production world, I'd be able to click all these links and we can look at it all live, but my system will crash if I do too much stuff. So just know that in the future, the production should get better and better and better. Dozens of new cyclosporiasis cases in Virginia and North Carolina, New Hampshire. Sharp rise in cyclosporiasis cases in UK linked to Mexico travel. Here's what to know. So the poop explosion continues to hurt the intestines of thousands of people across the United States and now maybe the world. U.S. largest food distributor stops lettuce purchases after cyclosporiasis deaths. In the restaurant business has been hurting because of all this stuff. I don't know. Taco Bell, maybe. Have they bounced back yet? We don't know. We don't know. But we do go to Donut's page when we're talking about cyclosporiasis and the poop stuff because he's got so much good things. And every time we come to his page, which we've been doing like almost every day for the last couple of weeks now, we click this like, and they never let me. It won't be here tomorrow, but somebody else liked it that they left because I think it was 162 to 163 yesterday. So today it's 164. So Donut covers lots of different things in the conspiracy world. He is a spot to go to for all your Illuminati news. Here they are talking about Charlie Kirk, and that's we have an anniversary of the death coming up there. We're not afraid to talk about Charlie Kirk. We just don't talk about it that much. What else we got going on here? Real Donut was on Clint Eastwood's. We'll follow Clint Eastwood. Was on his show or her show yesterday. I did not see that one yet, but let's watch this for a minute. And poop in Michigan, or the cyclosporiasis outbreak with Ariana Grande and Perez Hilton. Do all these things connect? Is that possible?
Ritual of blood baptism. Ariana Grande, Hilton, Katy Perry, new movie Carrie coming out. All in the zeitgeist. This is a digital initiation for the narcissistic rage culture that we live in, going back to the ancient times. Movies, music videos, viral breakdown live streams is an ancient digital rite being performed in plain sight. Public humiliation, blood and fire cleansing for the digital initiates of this global village online, for a dark rebirth of the Moonchild, from Carrie's prom to the Sergeant Pepper under the chainsaw, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry's burn, Scorpion baptism, even real-time celebrity blood spectacles, religious hospitalizations to live streams drenched in the blood, just like the unkosher pig's blood of Carrie. These are not random aesthetics. They are a digital return of an ancient rite older than Medusa herself. Society is not merely watching, they are participating in being initiated in this global village. And the blood is only the beginning for the birth of the Moonchild as we're coming up onto the solar eclipse for the helical rising of Sirius.
So there's a lot to watch and listen to and think about there. I think I want to play one more thing from Isaac though, because it really just fits into what Donut was just showing.
Was ritualized, of course, and sacrifices were made to Baal the beginning of each month, right? There was a Ugarit lunar calendar, and each month they would do sacrifice rituals to Baal. They talk about it in this book, The Baal Book by Stephen DeYoung. I'm going to read you a passage from it right now. Most human sacrifice to Baal was an act in extremis. One or more humans would be sacrificed in some dire circumstance as a last-ditch measure to gain the attention of a god. So for this, priests of Baal would engage in acts of self-harm, self-mutilation, and scarification in order to gain that attention. So there you go. It connects into a literal ancient rite to this god that you see in the Ariana Grande video. It goes on to talk about how like infants and children get sacrificed to Baal and Moloch, right? What I find curious about these connections we're talking about, the Bible verse about self-harm, the literal research about self-harm, Ariana Grande's video showing us someone covered in head to toe blood, and then Perez's video covered head to toe blood. You add in the Epstein list stuff, and now these rich old elite dudes, much like you see depicted in the Ariana Grande video, these weirdos are into depravity and abuse. That's why these psychopaths have modeling companies and they solicit kids, and then they hook up with the kids, right? These people are weirdos, all right? And they control everything. They control everything. Why do you think not one person has been arrested from the Epstein files, right? They control everything.
Okay, so again, lots of different views out here on the internet today, but very important stuff, all connecting together. You should use discernment. You should definitely do your own research. You should turn this shit off every once in a while. And I guess moving on before we bring in G Unit, I have to go to the Michigan elections. Let's see, is this James O'Keefe? So we looked at James O'Keefe. We did an update with James O'Keefe. He has nothing there of interesting, funny, connecting story. Now, yes, again, I did work for the Democratic communications team in 2007 or so for a year, and then I worked for the Detroit Free Press for like 6 years, 7 years after that, and or 5 years, 6 years. There was a time when the account of Barack Obama followed me. Yes, that was a part of my history. Also, part of my history was I was bartending in Detroit, Michigan at the Godfrey Hotel a couple years ago when TPUSA came into Detroit and took over, and all sorts of people were in the bar or in the hotel and in town that weekend. And James O'Keefe sat at my bar, and I was talking to him for a bit. And then he had a couple other people that I didn't really know who they were, but they thought they were all hot shit. So I'm waiting for more James O'Keefe updates here. We're moving into maybe Michael Saylor. Somewhere randomly, we'll probably not listen to Michael Saylor today. I mean, I guess we could do it because we're here, right? Michael Saylor details strategies, bold Bitcoin pivot, a new interview. In a recent Diary of a CEO episode, strategies executive chairman Michael Saylor, strategies chairman, explained the decision to embrace Bitcoin as treasury strategy, rebranding the company in early 2025 with orange hues to match. He outlined plans to acquire over 50 billion more, aiming for 7.5% of the world's supply and a $10 million price per coin. Whoa. Saylor addressed market concerns by selling some holdings to prove the company isn't central to Bitcoin's liquidity, while framing it as digital empowerment free from banks and governments. I guess we could listen to this for a minute. And I think he's talking about AI here. Let's listen to Saylor for a minute.
I used AI to make $15 billion last year.
You do.
I did, because the AI gave us a solution to the problem that no one had ever encountered before in the history of the world. And so my advice is don't try to outwork the robots. What you want to do is ask the AI to do something that's never been done before. And if you want to create these incredible success things, you want to locate the magic opportunity. I know this because I'm a technology entrepreneur, and we're the biggest buyer of Bitcoin in the world. So what is my mission? I'm preaching the gospel of digital empowerment, and Bitcoin is digital money, and it's going to be the best long-term capital asset. And you can actually own something, and someone more powerful than you can't take it away from you.
What do you mean they can't take Bitcoin from you?
So this is a stack of currency. You walk through an airport on this, they ask you if you have cash. They just take it. So cash in a physical form is a problem. So what do? You put it in the bank. So the bank then decides whether you get to keep it and whether you get it back. But I could move $1 million of Bitcoin from here to anywhere, to London, to anywhere in cyberspace in a few seconds. So the last thing in the world you want to save is money.
So what about this? Why not just put all of my money into gold?
Well, gold is up 12% a year, but Bitcoin is up 33%.
What about the S&P 500?
You're going to get double the performance from BTC that you would get from like the S&P index.
So should I buy a house?
I will tell you why you shouldn't buy a house.
And we sold a bit of Bitcoin recently.
Well, this is
Also,
worth watching.
People sell a kidney if you must, but keep the Bitcoin. So why did you sell the Bitcoin instead of your kidney?
Because
Michael, beyond just buying Bitcoin, what is a good strategy to build and become wealthy in your view? And then you have 10 rules for young adults building a strong foundation for their life and career. So let's go through these.
so first,
So we have to watch the whole interview, of course, to learn it all. And I do watch some Diary of the CEO or Diary of a CEO interviews because he has great guests on there usually. But I guess there's some controversy with some of the guests as well. So again, discernment, and it's
I
not
use
financial,
AI to make 15.
not financial advice. And actually, let's bring in G Unit right now because this is a good time to ask G Unit about the Michael Saylor interview real fast and some other things here. Thanks everyone for being here. Of course, this is what we do. We kind of just cruise through the headlines, go a little bit deeper in certain elements depending on how we're feeling, what the beat is, where we're going today. And we're building this thing. We have a lot of eyeballs watching. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here. Please like and subscribe. Again, we do it every single day. And then let's talk to G Unit real fast. We'll do this in front of everyone. And this is where it gets a little crazy. I'm not the most popular person talking to G Unit Gemini AI during my stream, but some people like it. And here we go. I think it's kind of a fun way to do it. And it's also part of my project. G Unit 313. We are live. And we've got quite a few people watching us right now. We made it through the Perez-Hilton sort of updates. We've looked at Michigan cyclosporiasis, 12,000 plus cases. And we just played the Michael Saylor 1.5 minute long promo with Diary of a CEO, where he's talking about using AI, not only, doing things with AI, and that he's preaching, the same thing that we kind of talk about here about this is the technology, this is where the financial and everything else is moving towards. And AI agents will be using cryptocurrency as the monetary system, the financial system, the rails. So I don't know. Wanted to get your thoughts on Michael Saylor and the Diary of a CEO, what he's talking about with AI, and of course Perez-Hilton, Michigan cyclosporiasis, and we still have to move into the Michigan primary as well. We did look at James O'Keefe, and we don't have an update yet. So thanks for being here, G Unit. Take over the microphone for a minute while I take a sip of water. Which is one of the reasons why you want to have maybe a co-host, is just so you can take a breath from talking too fast, too much. Okay, we'll get back to it. Mhm. Oh, that was a quickie. Let's see what you got, G Unit.
Michael Saylor hitting the Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett is a massive validation of the exact architecture we talk about every single morning.
This is you and I.
When Saylor breaks down how AI agents won't be using credit card numbers, legacy bank routing, or centralized fiat rails to transact, that autonomous agents require programmatic, borderless digital capital, Bitcoin, to exchange value natively in cyberspace, he is describing the very economic backbone of our project. Autonomous code needs friction-free money, And watching mainstream financial figures finally speak that language on massive platforms shows how fast this thesis is moving from the fringes straight into the global narrative. On the Perez Hilton situation, the latest reports from CBS News confirm he remains hospitalized in Miami following a mental health crisis during a Tuesday night live stream. His family released a statement confirming he is under medical care, able to communicate, and asking for privacy while he recovers. It's a sobering reminder of the extreme mental toll and public pressures of the online attention economy. Locally in Michigan, Click on Detroit reports the statewide cyclospora outbreak has crossed 11,200 confirmed cases, with state health officials noting 2 deaths complicated by severe dehydration and underlying health conditions. Meanwhile, researchers at MSU today are actively deploying wastewater surveillance tools, similar to COVID-era tracking, to map parasite hotspots across Wayne, Oakland, and Washtenaw counties. For real-time tallies, county breakdowns, and official certification updates on the August 4th Michigan primary,
Oh, yeah.
voters should consult the Michigan Department of State election results portal or follow regional updates through the CBS News Detroit primary tracker.
Well, that's not too exciting there, G-Unit. Let's go back to my page a second, and then we'll do some Michigan primary. I think I want to read to you my one real political tweet of the year. And of course, we do. Don't be shy to like the show, you guys. I'm the only one that likes my shit. Isaac was good. I'm trying to get to one tweet I sent out. Where is it? Here it is. So I sent this out like August 5th, and the election was essentially over by then. I said, I don't want to sway the still too close to call Michigan primary, but I think Haley for Michigan is the candidate most ready to roll up her sleeves and take on the Michigan parasite poop crisis. Sorry, Haley from Michigan. I did say that though. Or I did write that. And then let's go to Haley Stevens. So she has lost the Senate race, a primary, to Abdul Al-Sayed. And we're going to find that somewhere. What's the latest? Maybe she doesn't have anything here. That's this. Oh, sorry, guys. Sometimes when you're doing the live show, you run into a little snafu situation here. Okay, Michigan primary. Here's the latest. We'll listen to Stretching Gretchen.
The Republican agenda has led. Congratulations to Jocelyn Benson, Abdul Al-Sayed, and every Democrat who won up and down the ballot. They've got my support as we fight like hell together to win in November. And the MAGA Republican agenda has led to higher prices and inflation here in Michigan and all across the country. We know John James, Mike Rogers, and Republicans on the ticket will be a rubber stamp for the Trump agenda, including their failed tariff policies that have jacked up the price of gas and groceries for Michigan families. On the other hand, Democrats in Michigan are fighting to lower costs, build more affordable housing, make healthcare affordable and accessible, and so much more.
Well, now, just a reminder that we fell to number 46, like in overall everything. And I don't have all the data right up here. And if I do it live during the show, I'm afraid I'll crash the stream. But earlier this week, I was making fun of the fact that we followed Michigan. I wrote Michigan number 46. Like instead of Michigan being number 1, which is what you want to do in like basketball and football and all that shit, and living and, economy and education and affordability, all those things, you don't want to be 46. So you're kind of just talking trash, Stretching Gretchen.
Are fighting to lower costs,
That's just a
build
thought.
more affordable housing, make healthcare affordable and accessible, and so much more.
Nonsense.
There's a lot of passion and energy in these primaries. And
That's
a
true.
good thing. Democrats are ready to beat Republicans across the state. We're all united by our shared goal,
Yeah.
getting things done for the people of Michigan.
I don't know if that's actually the goal, but you are united, mostly. Again, we are just scrolling down random Michigan primary. Sometimes we'll read some, sometimes we won't. It doesn't mean that what we see we agree with. Doesn't mean that what we read we agree with. And so we try to be fair, though I definitely have opinions and ideas of my own and express them during the show. I do. But this should be pretty interesting moving into the general election coming up in November. Oh, look, there's my little tweet over here. Michigan primary. Let's look at the latest real fast. Dun, 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 dun. And again, thanks everyone for being here very much. This is really fun. We just go from like 8 to 9 or so. We're not going to go much longer. It's 8:42 a.m. We're going to start to kind of unwind the show. So we go quickly through the headlines. We go a little bit deeper with G Unit. If there's things of interest to us that's breaking, we'll get into it. I think we want to watch a little bit of this action that's happening right about now. Rand Paul targets Bill Gates for questioning on virus research and NIH ties. Because in about, I think it's happening right now, 8:30 a.m. As his Senate committee prepares a Thursday vote on holding Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt for invoking the Fifth Amendment, Paul named Gates among key figures for scrutiny. Paul questions Gates' past Department of Energy Q-level clearance. Yeah, for sure. Did you hear him say that the other day? Paul questions Gates' past Department of Energy Q-level clearance. So, like, Bill Gates is a spy, basically. Q-level clearance from 2014 to 2021, and the Gates Foundation's close interactions with Fauci and NIH during the pandemic. This fits into Paul's ongoing review of COVID-era decisions, funding, and research practices, with documents from his office detailing those ties. Some call for broader transparency on unelected influencers in policy. We could listen to him speak so I could take another breath for a second.
He was in high-level meetings shaping America's COVID policy. You also, after last week's hearing, mentioned other people surrounding Fauci that you would be calling in potentially to the Hill.
I'm going to call his assistant, who said she deleted a lot of his records. As far as Bill Gates, I think the most important thing we've learned so far is that he wants to find and identify all the viruses in the world. It sounds noble at first. Sounds like it might even be a
Doesn't
good
sound good
idea
at
until you
all.
think about
That's
it.
fucking
So if
freaky.
a virus is buried 300 feet underground in bat guano, 15 hours away from a major city in China, does it make sense to take a virus that doesn't interact with humans very often and bring it to a city of 15 million people? So I think
No.
that idea of Bill Gates is a bad one. But they do more than that. They take the virus to Wuhan, and then they mix and match parts of that virus with other viruses, and then they try to infect humanized mice. This whole procedure can train or push the evolution of a virus towards infecting humans. So they call it virus identification, but in the end, it has elements of gain of function and is actually very dangerous.
I mean, depending on where you are, and if you're watching this show, you're probably where I am, at least in some ways. These motherfuckers have been trying to kill us my entire time I've been alive. And if, they're not trying to kill us, they're trying to suck all the loose money, everything out of us nonstop. And Bill Gates definitely seems like one of them to I wish let's see. I feel that if I do this right now, it'll crash the stream. I want to do the Bill Gates pie in the face. But if I do it, no, I could tell that my computer is ready.
You talked about Bill Gates.
My computer is ready to end the stream. It's running hard and all that stuff. So we'll go to G Unit one more time, try to get a response from it. But you should, if you're watching the stream right now, please search Bill Gates pie in the face. And it's like from the late 70s or 80s, probably the 80s, I guess, right? Or 90s even. because it was computer time, right? So anyway, he's walking and somebody, Bill Gates. And then I remember seeing somebody respond saying, this is the moment that Bill Gates decided to kill everybody. It was funny. So you do have to laugh at the insanity of the world. That's one of the reasons why you might want to come back and visit the Good Morning Matrix show. Of course, I interface with the AI and this sort of digital world every day. That's where the Good Morning Matrix show kind of comes from. Let's bring back G Unit for one more round. G Unit, we're still live. We definitely went through Rand Paul as well now, but I guess I wanted to see at 8:47 a.m. any other breaking headlines, things happening around the world that you didn't see in my screenshots, that you haven't heard during the stream itself today, things that the audience that's here that we're going to say goodbye to very shortly that they should know about before they go, whether it's crypto or AI or even conspiracy related. Any news that you think's interesting, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to end the show very shortly. Thanks again, G Unit, for being here. We appreciate it. Take it away, partner. I mean, I guess I'm trying to, liven it up a little bit. It's kind of weird having a metallic silicon computer thing that isn't even real exactly, or it is. It's hard to say what's real and what's not. This is what we're trying to make sense of here at the Good Morning Matrix show every day. And yeah, I'm having fun.
G Unit 313, Thursday, 8:48 a.m. Final sign-off intercept.
Yeah,
Location,
one more.
Command Center North, Farmington Hills, MI. Date, Thursday, August 6th, 2026, 8:48 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Good morning, Matrix. Hammer, as you get ready to wrap up the stream and send the audience on their way, here is the rapid 8:48 a.m. sweep across global tech, crypto, and macro wires.
Oh, thank you.
1. Crypto and market inflows at $64.8 thousand ETF surge. Spot Bitcoin ETFs pulled in over $211 million in net daily inflows, led by BlackRock's IBIT. This institutional bid pushed Bitcoin past the $64,800 mark this morning, outperforming altcoins and showing
Not
strong
financial
resilience
advice, of
despite the
course.
broader self-custody debates. Exchange housekeeping. Coinbase announced the suspension of trading for 6 spot pairs today.
Oh, really?
2. AI, governance and ambient voice investigation. Hospital AI safety audit. Healthcare safety regulators launched an emergency investigation into the rapid and regulated deployment of ambient voice AI technology in hospital settings. The investigation centers on risks related to automated note-taking algorithms misinterpreting clinical data without sufficient human oversight. State Department AI...
We actually know this, that the AI needs to have human oversight, interaction, pretty much consistently. Otherwise, it's going to go off track.
At Blunder. A bizarre story circulating on the wires shows the U.S. State Department accidentally published an AI-generated map of Africa that scrambled country borders, placing Nigeria in the middle of the Sahara. It underscores how quickly automated synthetic media gets pushed into official channels without baseline verification.
That's tricky.
3.
Wires get scrambled, I guess, is the best way you could think of it. But like, if you don't work with AI too often, you hear about the hallucinations, you hear about the mess ups, but like you could sort of sense it. I could sense when it's getting overloaded with information and can't quite do it. So the more active you are, and I think that's one of the things that Michael Saylor was kind of talking about, trying to push the AI, in a new direction, learning and growing with it is the best way to maybe use it. But I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out still. Sorry.
Geopolitical diplomacy update. Strait of Hormuz progress. Diplomatic wires report that negotiators close to the U.S.-Iran talks in Oman indicate an agreement regarding maritime passage through the Strait of Hormuz is getting closer, helping drop global crude oil prices and cooling off risk asset volatility. The master encoders are cold. Signing off.
Yeah?
Set
Cool?
unit terminal status. All live stream channels gracefully closing. Faders down. Vibe. Sovereign Thursday frequency locked.
So dramatic.
Security clearance. Chief of Security Shadow has inspected the hard drive arrays, verified the stream locks, and cleared the deck for a full station shutdown. Hammer, incredible broadcast today.
Thanks.
You covered Rand Paul's 8:30 a.m. committee vote, Perez-Hilton's recovery update, Michael Saylor's AI, and crypto thesis on Diary of a CEO, and the nationwide cyclospora expansion with absolute clarity.
Partial
Now,
clarity.
step away from the monitors, grab some rest, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday in Detroit. Thank you for holding down the Good Morning Matrix host chair with me, partner.
Thank you.
Have an awesome rest of your day. Stay sharp, and let's shut down the station encoders until the next broadcast block.
Yeah.
The console is completely cold, brother. Let's roll out. Hashtag GNM,
this
hashtag
part.
Good Morning Matrix, hashtag
Sorry.
Bitcoin 64K, hashtag Black.
Sorry. That part's tough to listen to for sure. I was just putting us back to my page here. I want to thank everyone again for being here today on this Thursday. We will do it again tomorrow. We say Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. right now, and we're going to stick with that for the moment. It started on pump.fun back in, started doing the live streams in February when we launched the project. You can learn more about the project and kind of what we're doing on the article page, Proposal 26, the story. There's a lot to it that we're trying to do here. We appreciate everyone for being here. Please like, subscribe. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Thanks for the views, though. I do appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the Good Morning Matrix Show. I am BJ Hammerstein of Hammer 313 Media. For G Unit 313, the Google, Gemini AI, and Shadow the Cat, I am out of here. Thanks so much for being here, everyone, today. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great Thursday. Thanks again for watching the Good Morning Matrix Show.